I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Well, after the Trump verdict came down,
The son of a bitch is guilty!
and after 5 weeks of testimony, witnesses, and evidence, then after a jury of 12 normal Americans sat down and went over the evidence,
Maybe down in Florida, you are the next big thing. This is New York, Manhattan. We're not squeezing oranges here.
Trump was convicted on 34 felony counts.
Was a nice run, Don. Had to close out someday. Nobody wins them all.
The rule of law and the legal process was handled, and I'm sure all of America saw it and that it was fair, unbiased, and justice was done.
Should go right to fucking jail!
Here's the GOP gracefully accepting the verdict and announcing justice has finally been served.
This is a case that never should have been brought in the first place.
There are plenty of Democrats, Soros, left-wing Marxist prosecutors prepared to charge people on the right with crimes in order to get them out of politics.
Travesty of justice, sham of a trial.
We are the rule of law party. Chaos is not a conservative value, and we have to fight back, and we will.
Okay, so the trial was a scam, a show trial, a travesty, and a rigged conviction.
Wait, so what is this? Is this the law? What's going on over here?
How? So let's analyze that. First of all, Mike Johnson said they brought the trial this close to the election to screw up Trump, except that Trump and his attorneys tried to delay the trial 8 times, which would have put the trial even closer to the election. Hell, we only have 6 months until America chooses between freedom or fascism, between democracy or a demigod, between diapers and dementia,
Anonymous, the wall, the barrier, name it, peaches.
or wisdom and a walker.
Joe Biden's not too old to be president.
I keep hearing the GOP saying, the DOJ's been weaponized. It's a state case, cowboy. DOJ wasn't involved at all. Come here. Trump did it, and he got convicted of it.
Bad baby, bad baby!
They say it's Biden going after his political opponent. Well, Pumpkin, if that was the case and Biden was a dictator, wouldn't Trump be in jail or have fallen out a window? He's been convicted. But no, he's out free, talking about how they're taking away his freedom. Psst, come here. Trump did it, and he got convicted of it.
You had sex with her every time you met, didn't you?
Biden won't even pardon his own son on a gun charge that no one's ever been charged on. But the judge in Hunter Biden's case is a Trump appointee. Yeah, where are all those Second Amendment people now? Second Amendment! Oh, wait, it's Hunter? Hang him! Hey, Buttercup, Trump did it, and he got convicted of it.
Swoosh! And that's the game!
The judge was a Biden plant. Well, actually, it was found that Judge Merchan actually did give money to the Biden campaign. He gave $15 in 2020. Does that $15 mean the judge should recuse? I will tell you what. When these guys recuse, this one whose wife busses douchebags to the insurrection, and this guy who flew flags of the insurrections over both of his homes. So when these guys recuse, we'll talk about it. Face it, Trump did it, and he got convicted of it.
The truth shall set you free!
But let's talk about weaponizing the DOJ, because Trump used the DOJ to keep Michael Cohen in solitary. He used the DOJ to go after Hillary and Biden, withheld weapons from Ukraine for dirt on Biden, then pardoned criminal after criminal after criminal after criminal. Trump did it, and he got convicted of it. A jury of 12 normal citizens decided that the evidence showed beyond any reasonable doubt that this guy is a porn star screwing, cheating, corrupt, bribe-paying liar that will do anything to win the presidency, including treason and violence. And they convicted him of it. 34 times! Trump did it. He's a convicted felon. And here are some things convicted felons cannot do. They can't travel abroad, so I guess we gotta put a boot on that plane. Can't bear arms or own guns. Of course, Trump can't hold a gun with his tiny hands anyway. He can't be on a jury because he'd sleep the whole time. No public social benefits and housing. And some felons lose parental benefits, but Trump really never used his parental benefits anyway. Felons also can't vote. But they can run for president. Unfucking believable.
Joe Biden's not too old to be president.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. You know, I wish we didn't have to talk about this every week, but for God's sakes, you can't vote, but you can be president. You can't hold a gun, but you can send the army in who all have guns. This makes absolutely no sense. Hey everybody, Titus Podcast, Christopher Titus. With me as always, Lovely Bombshell Ray and the
What's up,
Highlander.
people? Wait.
Why did you let's do it again. We're doing this again.
With me as always, and you say...
Hi everybody, hi, Titus Podcast. I had to put my gum down. Titus Podcast. With me as always, the Lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There could be only one.
That's right, I screwed up. I kept going.
I know. That's usually what happens when you blame me angrily.
I don't always blame you angrily.
That's for the flag you put up, okay? It's
The
a little
upside down.
shifty.
I think I'm on the ragged edge of hating everybody. I think here's my problem. After Trump gets convicted, 34 felonies of a bunch of people. One of the dudes said he gets his news from Truth Social. So that means he agreed with the other 11 people that, oh wow, this guy is a twat. Yep. So we have that. And we had so many radio guys come out and say, and the human herpy Steve Bannon came out and was like, "We'll see. You guys are going to see what happens when Trump gets elected again. There's going to be retribution." And they keep talking about this like it's.
He's in jail though, right? This is a guy who's
Steve Bannon?
already going to go to jail.
No.
He's not in jail yet?
He hasn't even shown up. How come Steve Bannon is not in jail yet? He actually got convicted of his freaking...
Wasn't he sentenced to jail time?
Contempt thing. How come he's not in jail?
How are we still hearing from this guy?
Look it up.
We did look it up. He's appealing.
Other
again,
radio
right?
guys are saying that you're gonna take on the 90% of the country that owns the 50% of the country that owns 90% of the guns, and I'm like, is that where we are?
That's not even right. That's not a correct stat.
Over this guy? Yeah, it's not. We just don't talk about it.
Exactly.
I just don't go around going, guns in the boat. I don't put the sticker in the back window of my pickup.
I'm not fucking Instagramming my arsenal and my armory, motherfuckers.
Then, well, it's on the...
I'm going to cut that.
But, like that... Okay, listen. There's been times throughout history where you can see the Boston Tea Party. You could see fighting against slavery. Yeah. You could see there's moments in history where you can go fighting against the Nazis. You know that were in America. If you listen to Rachel Ultra
Nickelback's first album,
right? There's some things.
These are times
right? Exactly. There's some things.
Horrible.
Foreigner's third album. There's some things that you would go, okay, that's worth fighting for. But this orange blob of a diaper-wearing twat? This is the guy you're willing to take up arms against your fellow Americans for?
Are you talking about Trump or Bannon? Because
both of them. Bannon's he's more pinky red from the alcohol.
May 14th, federal he is an open sore.
He really is.
Oozing open sore. May 14th, federal prosecutors requested the judge overseeing Bannon's criminal contempt case order that he begin the 4-month prison sentence after the appellate court upheld his conviction. They said there's no legal basis for the judge to continue the stay on him serving his sentence now that the appellate court has ruled. And that judge now has to order on that. Because sure, he could try to go to the Supreme Court, but what's-his-face already tried and they wouldn't even hear it. And he's in jail in Florida now. What's his name? Who admitted to doing a coup on the air with
Pascali, Pachingo.
No.
Starts with a P. Chesbro.
No. Oh my God.
Which guy?
I just lost it.
You're going to have to look it up too.
By the way, it's really hard to track the felons.
I know.
Like, here's the problem.
I know.
But it's not hard to track them on the Democrat side. We've got one. Menendez. And there's a new guy. There's one other guy.
Navarro.
Okay, so Navarro. So
now prosecutors are waiting for the judge to rule on whether or not Bannon has to go to jail now. And they're not sure when he'll rule on the request. Bannon told ABC News that I am shocked. They want to silence the voice of MAGA.
Isn't it funny that every time one of these, because this guy flat out, they took $10 million. They started a scam. People don't understand quite how guilty Steve Bannon really is. Steve Bannon, number one, was one of the architects of the insurrection. He's one of, but that's fine. He also refused to show up in court. He violated he got a legal subpoena, wouldn't show up. That's what he's going to go to prison for. But he also had another case pending over the Build the Wall, privately funded Build the Wall thing. Uh-huh. And they took like $10 million. Remember, he got picked up on that Chinese guy's yacht.
Yep.
And so he stole from the MAGA base, stole millions of dollars. Trump pardoned him.
Right.
Trump pardoned him. So that's how you weaponize the DOJ.
The co-founder of that fundraising group was sentenced to 4 years in prison.
Hey, oh, he didn't get pardoned?
Bannon's trial was set, but obviously he got helped out of that. But I thought that the state brought charges, right? New York State brought charges.
Unless it would say that, but can he pardon you from state charges?
It's Juan Merchan. That's gonna go over well.
Yeah,
Juan Merchan judge set Bannon's trial for May 28, 2024. So that must have, I don't know what's going on. It must have. Yeah, this is.
Well, he was dealing with Trump. That's why.
It says Bannon will stand trial soon after Trump is set to do so in the same Manhattan courtroom. So I wonder what he did. He must have gotten, and we haven't heard about it. There's so much other crime going on that we.
Two disgusting smellies in the same room they can't have that.
The court was like, we cannot have both of these human blobs.
It got postponed, the trial. So the state did bring charges, but that trial has been postponed, of course.
So this is what Hitler did. Hitler, they want to go after me, not because I'm committing crimes, but because I'm speaking the truth. The reality is you're committing crimes. You're a fucking felon over and over and over. You grifted millions of dollars from people, but they want to silence the voice of MAGA. Well, first of all, you have like a podcast and a radio show. You're not silenced. Trump's still out flying his jet around.
That's what I'm saying.
He's going to the mic every day. Who's getting silenced? Who's getting silenced
before and after every day at the fucking courtroom? He's making an announcement with his cameras.
Jon Stewart pointed out something really interesting. I just watched Jon Stewart last night, and he said that, he goes, it's interesting how they all talk about how illegal this is, illegal prosecution. And the second they get into court, they brought up Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani was like it's fake. It's the weaponized DOJ. They're going after us. And the second they got him into court, he goes, I never said that. I didn't know. I don't have any evidence of that. I have no evidence the election was stolen. I have no evidence. But these low information voters, or as I call them, dumb fucks, can't seem to take 5 minutes to sit down on their computers and look at the facts. Just look it up. Listen, you don't have to believe me. I get it. Libtard, asshole. Got it.
You can hunt and peck.
Look it up. Exactly.
Have
someone type for you. Explain letters to these people so they can figure it out. And what bothers me the most is here's how craven these fuckers are. They know they've got a low information base. Dumb fucks who will do whatever they want, will do whatever they tell them to do. What they're telling them to do, though, is rip America in half. So these same people that have the flag stickers on the back of their truck, and they got truck nuts with the stars and bars on them, and they and they got the dog, and these people that claim to be Americans are willing to kill Americans, and they're talking about it. They're talking about it after the verdict.
I think, though, you're generalizing, and certainly there are a lot of those, but there are other types.
I'm not. Okay, so here, yes, I am generalizing. I'm not saying all of them, because we have some hardcore conservatives in our family that we love dearly. You were just talking yesterday how much you love them.
Those people,
but this is what I'm saying. There is a faction that could kick that off, and if that kicks off, those people may go that way. That's what worries me the most.
Jon Stewart was saying it, that people live in basically like a wind tunnel of their own news. And so they just constantly get their thoughts confirmed over and over and over. And I've said it a million times to you when we talk about it. I'll say something to a family member and they'll be like, what? I've never heard that. What is that? Show me that. They're not getting the information that we're getting, and maybe vice versa. What are we? I mean, I don't know.
Oh no, trust me. I was
just going to say about
it's annoying of MSNBC.
Speaking of due process,
MSNBC will go after Biden in a second. They do it all the time.
Bannon's trial was delayed again, so he is set to appear in court on state charges for that trial in September, which is great because that'll be before the election. September 23rd is the beginning of his trial in front of Judge Merchan, so I'm sure people won't cause any trouble.
Because Judge Merchan is a Democratic plant. Because he gave $15.
Do you know what people aren't talking about? And I can't think of his name, but a guy that was running Trump's campaign with all those the fraud with the donations and everything.
Right.
That guy just got found not guilty in the Manhattan courtroom Like, we're not talking about that. All they do is focus. I got to find his name.
Wait, the guy that
he
was
was just last year found not guilty. A Republican who helped run Trump's campaign
PAC
fundraising thing. I believe it was for the inauguration. I'll find it. He was just found not guilty. So
look it up.
They just but nobody. They're talking.
You're
They
just saying
focus
something.
on
Look it
the
up,
one.
I haven't heard that. Let me see that.
I told you I was going to find it. I was just saying though that news tunnel that they just focus on this one thing and nothing else matters. We have all this other evidence that this judge is not biased. He's a very well-known, respected, popular judge up until now, when he presides over one case with Donald Trump. And nobody looks at all the Republicans that have been passed through, it's like it's just this one thing.
But also, had he been found not guilty, they'd be saying this is the best judge ever.
Oh yeah.
Of course, like Eileen Cannon.
How do you work for Trump and not step in crime? I mean, that guy.
Well, I mean, but
he's the teacher course.
What I don't understand is, okay, so we've seen what happens when a bunch of people form an army. And for that guy, they go to the Capitol and they get arrested. They get tracked down by the FBI, and there are 1,000 of them are in prison now.
Yep.
Nobody from his best friend Rudy Giuliani, Hope Hicks, Cassidy Hutchinson, all the way down the line, all his side men, they're all doing time or up on criminal charges. Yeah. And don't worry, I'll pay your bail. I'll handle your lawyers. He doesn't pay his own lawyers. So how do you continue to back a guy that never backs anybody? His closest confidence. Listen, say what you will about my kids. We've had our problems over the years because of the divorce. But if I was if I was in court every day, why we could convince one or two of them to show up. They could show up.
Yeah, and if Ray never showed up the whole time,
she'd be sitting there the whole time. She'd be going, tell him to say this. She'd be like, let me talk to your lawyer. Come here.
Maybe I wouldn't if you were being accused of paying off a porn star while I was at home with our new baby.
It's all context.
Maybe
and
I
you knew it happened.
Want to be sitting there every day.
And you basically knew that it happened.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't.
What is that argument? Babe, listen, I'd never slept with her. I just gave her the money so she wouldn't say that I slept with her. But I didn't sleep with her. Honey.
But she just described your penis.
But a lot of people have tiny mushroom penises. A lot of people have little penises.
That's the thing Melania knows, because Stormy Daniels described his penis.
And she said it wasn't orange. She said it was burnt umber. It's different. See, she's describing
what was this conversation
another orange-esque penis. Babe, come on.
Orange-esque?
Can you please can you just go to court with me, please?
This episode brought to you by AG1. I don't even want to segue out of that. AG1 had it this morning.
Yep.
Every morning in my smoothie.
Good smoothie this morning, by the way.
Yeah, actually the 2 days before I wasn't having smoothies, and so I would just do the shaker bottle, old school. I was kicking it old school, as your Aunt Kathy would say, kicking it. You'll ask her what she's doing, and she'll say, just kicking it.
Just kicking it. Which is the cutest thing we've ever heard.
And then she'll always type LOL after stuff because she thinks it means lots of love.
Yeah, she didn't know. No, for years we thought she was crazy.
I'm sorry. When my mom was sick, I'm so sorry that your mom's in the hospital. LOL.
And that happened. That happened. We're sorry that we're sorry that you're going in for the operation. LOL.
And then a peach and then a purple.
It was,
Speaking of AG1, I did take it to Aunt Kathy's house when we were there last, and she wanted to try it, and she said she was going to start using it because she goes, "There's no way that could taste good."
Looking like it looks.
Because I told her what's in it, and it is green. It's a green powder. And she said, "Okay, let me try one," because I had the travel packs, and so I let her try one, and she was like, that tastes really good. I said, I know, I told you. It's some sort of sorcery that they put into this product. Over 75 vitamins, minerals, adaptogens, whole food source superfoods.
Adaptogens.
Probiotics, prebiotics. You don't have to buy the $1,000 probiotics at Whole Foods anymore.
That have to be refrigerated. Like a virus in a lab. Now you can just buy AG1.
True that. And they are really expensive. So we just got our new bag of this. And we just got our new vitamin D3K2. And I'm telling you guys, this makes a difference. And I think that they know that, which is why they made us use it for a month before they would let us do an ad.
I love that when companies do that. When they're like, you guys have to use it first.
I love that
was
too.
that was
Oh,
pretty
you're
gutsy.
pretty cocky, AG1.
Yeah, exactly. Well, wait, and she was a fitness contender. Hold on. Yeah.
Also, their formula is backed by research studies. They're always testing and reformulating, and so there have been a lot of iterations of it as they come up with new things or add new things. And so, if there's one product that we trust to support our whole body health, it's AG1. Also supports my immune system. I'm happy to say
Your stomach's better
my
since you've been
digestive
using it. Yep,
system,
since you're using it,
even hair and nails. Your body gets the stuff it needs. It'll kind of amaze you. So that's why we're partnering with them for so long. It's easy and satisfying to start your journey with AG1. Try it. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/Titus.
AG1.
That's drinkag1.com/Titus. Check it out.
LOL.
LOL. Kicking it. Just get your AG1 and kick it.
Oh man, I heard there was a shooting at the school. LOL. What? Lots of love. That's and then
It took me the longest time to figure out.
and
what
you
she
finally
thought it
explained
meant.
it to her what you do when you
Laughed. And Kathy is cool.
yeah, she's awesome.
She's hip. She's always laughed and then invented a new 7 liquor drink
Oh,
to
she didn't come
serve
back
us
with
in
a
a
real
pitcher.
LOL.
As I pointed out before, that you can't vote in most states if you have felonies. You can't own a gun in most states if you have felonies, but you can actually run. You can run for president, and you can actually have an army behind you. But you can't have a gun, but you can have an army.
You can't manage a fucking target or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
He's got 6 bankruptcies. Again, we go back to Scotland. How do you let some president who's got bankruptcies be president? How does that happen? How do you elect a guy how is he going to run a country if he can't run his own bank account? And we were like, yeah, you're really smart. And
there's so many other things you haven't heard of.
yeah. Is
We're
that what
past bankruptcies.
if that's what is that what you've stayed on, the bankruptcy thing? But
porn stars, we're so far past
porn
that.
stars, Russian oligarchs, been dealing with Putin since '87. What the fuck are people doing? I know we say this all the time.
I had a thought. I'm asking all the time, what is it? And it makes me crazy because it's like you were just saying, he's orange, he's disgusting, he's got cat piss, cotton candy, flu on top. I mean, it's like all of it is so bad. And so my point being, I shouldn't body shame, but my point being, he's no Adonis. And,
shame away.
And sometimes pretty people, it moves people, he's not pretty. He's not nice. He's mean.
Not nice.
He's nasty. He's also ignorant. He's very
illiterate.
He's very dumb. And I don't even mean that in a mean way. I mean, literally, he's not educated. He thought coyotes coming across the border were dogs. And, and he's a liar, and he's been
Con man.
caught conning so many people. Like, he can't be on the board of a charity.
Cheater.
Like, there's so many things. He cheats, he lies, he steals.
No, he can't raise money for people that need money.
So-
That's how bad he is.
And I've been asking for years, why him? And it struck me this week, and then it hit me in the gut like a truth, that it's people, because there's trailer park people that we know, and then there's white bread
CEO types,
suit wearing that we also know.
Mm-hmm.
It's people that are dissatisfied in some way with their lives. And so far, I have tried that on everyone that I know that supports him in some way. They feel like they didn't get something somewhere that they should have gotten. Like,
or they were wronged.
Yeah. And he is all about, he makes people think that I'm fighting for you. I'm taking this back.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm the one that's being,
trick.
so he's being wronged constantly.
He doesn't even fight for his own wife. He doesn't fight for his own kids.
They buy the bullshit.
more
His
wronged
best
he
friend
gets, though, this explains why the more wronged he gets, the more people turn to him.
More
the
he
higher
looks
he
like a martyr.
pulls.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law said to you, I hope he gets indicted, because then that's going to help him win the election, because people see that, right?
Yeah, but so it's now crossed over to where they're not even aware what they're saying.
No,
they're not even aware that you're saying the craziest shit possible. You want him to get indicted so he wins. So you want this big loser who, but again, I was telling Ray yesterday, I was like, because it's still happening. And we've gotten used to, we used to watch, we would watch the news every night when this first started happening in 2015, 2016. And you know what's really weird? Is that we would be offended every night. And now it's just become normal. The crazy shit that he says, which broke every norm we've ever had, have now become the norm. And we're used to it. People don't forget to notice that this guy says crazy shit every day. I'm doing this for you. He doesn't do anything for anybody but himself. What's he doing for you? Do me a favor. Go to the comment page. If you go to the contact page on ChristopherTitus.com, tell me what he's done for you, because your tax cuts that you guys all complained about, said, yeah, he gave me tax cuts. Well, you got an extra $40 in your pay, depending on your income, but that was middle class. And then at the end of the year, you noticed your taxes went up. Like you didn't get your refund the way you wanted it. Well, your tax cut goes away in 2025, that he said. Exxon's doesn't. So when you sit there and you talk about the reality of this dickhead, and you go, all he does is he makes you believe it. I think it's what P.T. Barnum said. No one has ever lost money betting on the stupidity of the American people. And Trump totally believes it. People, he raised $34 million after his conviction. 34
Yeah, that's what I mean.
million
So now
dollars.
it's tunnel vision. Now the details are lost. It's just, now you're trying to tell me that I can't have my candidate that I wanted, and he's in the meantime saying he's wronged and everybody's out to get him and he's a martyr and he's doing it for you. And now it's this thing, because think about it. Think about the different people. In some way, they don't have enough that they think they should have. They didn't get where they thought they should get. They had bad things happen to them. I mean, look, this is everyone though, right?
Yeah,
We
I'm
all,
not like that. But again, I think I would say the biggest thing
everybody
in my life,
has
the biggest,
that, though.
everything says horrible things where you're wrong. My divorce, I think I was wrong, but then I got you, so that balanced it. I think other people didn't get the other side. Listen, if you grew up uneducated, if you grew up with horrible parents, if you became a horrible person, I was thinking it all has to do with angry. None of these people are not angry. None of these people are
boy, they're more and more
joyous.
angry as time goes on.
They just want vengeance for
what?
For what exactly?
I have a family member who I finally said, "You got to stop. I don't want to talk about this." And a lot of them do that. It's all they want to talk about now because they know I don't agree. And so they want to hammer it, like, and what about this? And what about this? And then if I just throw out facts, it's like,
and they dig their heels in. Yeah.
Well, this happened. This happens all the time. We had people come up and they'll start going, yeah. Can you tell what a man or a woman is? And I'm like, is that what you're worried about at this point? I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it.
Who gives a fuck?
Or they'll go, inflation. I wish people understood economics. We have fucked up in 2 generations with the shitty education that we provide in this country. Public education is just public. It's not education. We need to teach people how do you write a check? I didn't know. I got out of school and didn't know.
I got it.
Yeah.
Couldn't find him. Couldn't remember his name. Tom Barrack. He was charged with foreign lobbying and lying to the FBI. He was Trump's campaign chairman.
He was great in Top Gun.
He was charged with acting as an unregistered foreign agent of the UAE, obstruction of justice, and making false statements to the FBI. It was a federal trial. He was found not guilty by a jury in November 4th, 2022. I said 23. I was wrong. And that was in Brooklyn, New York.
So
a jury unanimously acquitted him.
I'm sorry. Well, so he went through the whole legal process. Was it a Trump appointed judge?
No.
Okay. So the legal process was exactly what
the judge
Trump
it was a jury.
Was exactly what Trump went through. Evidence, witnesses, jury deliberation. They all agreed that the guy was not guilty. So that's the process. That's the exact same process Trump went through, but for some reason Trump's rigged
because it doesn't sell to their base, and they're selling that vengeance. So if somebody's
been trial included testimony from former Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. Barrack had to testify. He testified for himself for 5 days straight.
Wait, he actually got on the stand and testified in his own defense?
He did. Trump defended him on Truth Social during the trial, saying he was being unfairly persecuted because he's a supporter of Trump. And the jury unanimously acquitted Tom Barrack in Brooklyn, New York in November of 2022.
Boy, this Hitler playbook really does work. Damn, is it effective. They just need like better, like nice, like Hilfiger suits. And then, man, it's a done deal.
For everyone, sorry it took forever to find. I should have had it ready. For everyone that when your family says this is a politically motivated, weaponized DOJ trial, bring up Tom Barrack, who was his campaign co-chairman. Let me get that exactly right. He was a Trump advisor who said he would not advise him again. Which I don't know.
Oh, he's out? He's not going to go back?
He did say that. I think he's a billionaire. So yeah, he said he would not advise him in the 24 race. I can't find exactly what was his title.
All right, people, so but this happens
inaugural committee chair.
Well, that was shady as fuck. What happened with the inaugural committee? Remember, it was $110 million, and they had cheerleaders from high schools. Do you remember that? That was crazy.
Monkeys with spinning plates.
Yeah, nobody would show up. He couldn't get any celebrities. Oh, yeah. He couldn't get anybody to show up. And this was, you got to remember, this was after Barack's inauguration, where it was like spring. It was Springsteen standing next to Jay-Z, next to Beyonce, next to Houdini came back from the dead. Exactly. It was crazy. and then Trump couldn't get anybody. And then they were panning past empty grandstands, and you just go. Here's what I don't quite. I just got something psychological. Let's go because we bitch about this every week, and I'm sure everybody that listens is fucking tired. What is it about this man that he can't just fucking go away? Do you understand what could have happened had he just walked out and be like, I lost, I'm going back to business. He sold his businesses. He's got a couple $1 billion. He made $2.2 billion over the presidency because he refused to divest his investments. And then Jared got $2 billion from the Saudis, which I'm sure Trump took a cut of that. My question is, what is it psychologically about this man that because listen, I lose this much, I'm fucking out. I'm like, you know what, man, I'm going to go, you know what I'm going to do? Guitar. I'm going to start playing guitar more. Comedy's not working for me. I suck every night. I lose. I get booed off stage every night, which is happening to Trump now. He's getting booed. He got that Libertarian conference, got booed. What is it psychologically about the guy? Like, what happened with him that his daddy, whatever, because it all comes back from childhood. What the fuck happened to him that he's like, nope, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep putting my family, and the country through this meat grinder.
It's like a serial killer's upbringing. We're going to be studying his brain forever. Like, how did this happen?
But here's the thing. He can still run in 4 more years.
Get the thimble. Bring the thimble over. We're going to test it for something else. This episode brought to you, speaking of brain, by ButcherBox. We love ButcherBox. I really love ButcherBox.
Chicken we made
I'm an older person now. I must be.
Well, we got a freezer out in the garage in case when the Armageddon comes, we got plenty of meat from the ButcherBox.
I'm so excited about meat. So are other people that come to our house, like your son and my niece. And
yeah, we open up the freezer and people are like, well, you guys have a store here. Yeah,
I do. I'll go out there and shop. I'll be like, I don't know what I want to eat. And I know if I call him, he'll say, I don't know. What do you want? And then we'll do that again.
Yeah.
So
pushing a cart.
I'll go out there. Yeah. Squeak, squeak, squeak. And open it and pick. And it makes me cook things that I wouldn't necessarily think of on my own, except I don't do the box that they've already selected. I do the one where I pick it. And so I end up with, right now, I have 2 pounds of scallops in my freezer.
You're free. Freedom of speech. Go ahead.
Thank you. Scallops.
I'll give you a hall pass on that.
Thank you. Okay. And I'll call you
on that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. Thank you. And you just backed me up.
I know.
Once.
I was
that
trying to.
happens.
I don't want to start. Listen, my life is way too short for the fucking scallops argument again. I'm just going to let it go. You win.
High quality meat and seafood that you can honestly taste the difference in. I think you will also agree. 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork raised crate-free, wild-caught seafood. We have the bags of salmon as well. They're individually shrink-wrapped so that you can just pull out as many as you want. Humanely raised, no antibiotics or added hormones, which I think is part of why it tastes so good. The chicken breasts are the shit.
Yes, best chicken I've ever had. Cleanest.
We just cooked a whole bunch of it. It was good.
Yeah, we did.
I had it
What are you eating right now?
Oh, the
the weenies.
He does get hot dogs.
Sometimes, yeah. The apple sausages. Those are really good. Both
Those are good.
Wait, are they the links or
Both.
are they the patties?
Both. I've done the patties and
Because you got the big bag with the patties in it too, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
So
I want to
good.
try that.
Oh, they're so good and so quick. Like
It's like instead of getting the roll and you got to cook the whole thing, this is a bag and you just pull however many out that you want.
Yeah.
It's pretty genius.
Yeah.
What else did you get?
I always get the ground beef.
Yeah,
I do
I
the
love
steaks, chicken. I just did the salmon. I'm looking forward to that.
And here's the thing about it. Everything,
It's all good.
It's all good. It's
all
like
good.
we've never got somewhere like we're like, oh, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's awesome.
And it's a crazy deal. It's so
How
much
crazy is that deal?
more affordable than going to the grocery store and buying it. And then you don't have to go to the grocery store. It gets delivered to you and the shipping is free, which is like kind of amazing too. And so go check out their website. They always have new stuff and cool stuff. I saw they just have a higher percentage ground beef that just got released. It's always like,
nice.
woo!
Okay.
Like, I know, it's very
higher
exciting.
percentage ground beef.
Like, the fat to
protein.
the
Yeah,
fats,
yeah. And so if you sign up for
leaner
ButcherBox
beef is what you're
today
saying.
by going to butcherbox.com/Titus, you can use promo code Titus, that guy, at checkout and enjoy your choice of, you get to pick bone-in chicken thighs. My brother loves those. Top sirloins or salmon in every box you get for an entire year. Plus, you'll get $20 off your order. Again, that's butcherbox.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus.
You always
That's a
need-
crazy deal.
You always need something to look forward to. And that's like
It
one of the
kind of
simple
is,
things
yeah.
that does Grandma Jean say that? Is that what she said?
It's kind of like Christmas. It comes.
It's you need that little thing.
Yeah.
Get you through the day.
Christmas with dry ice. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
My mom used to say,
I'm always amazed. It's
we
still
need
cold.
we need a happy Ray Ray. That's what my mom would say.
Yeah.
And this puts a happy in your future. Every time that box comes, it's like, ooh.
But also just the cost of it is so much better. We have what surprised me about the conviction
What?
is that the GOP, I guess it didn't surprise me, but they're just so fucking psychotic about it's all fake. So here's what they're doing. Here's the overall thing that I've really started to understand is that if you continue to slam the legal system, you continue to slam democracy, you continue to slam the process that we have to go through to get shit done in this country, what ends up happening is people go, well, screw it then. We need, like they've said it, people on the right have said we need a dictator. I'm like, do you guys understand what happens with that? We've got some, fairly recent history, 80 years ago where
No, they don't.
It's such a mindfuck because they're the ones that break. This is typical of the GOP. They break it and
Right.
then they say, look, see, it's broken.
Yep.
You fucking broke it.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones abusing it.
Speaking of keeping people up on the news, Biden just did something to that was pretty awesome. So they've taken this thing. So if you guys remember, they did this big immigration bill. And it was both sides. And in fact, Republicans were coming out and guys, we got to vote for this because there is no way the Democrats are going to, if they take the House and the Senate, there's no way we're going to get this again. So then Trump comes out and goes, no, I don't want to give them something to run on. Don't pass it. So they have no vote. Now, this happened. Look it up. So today, Biden comes out and basically says, you cannot, if you cross the border illegally, you no longer get a chance at asylum. You have to go back. You have to go back and then come back legally. Then you get a chance for asylum, which will effectively shut down the border for illegal crossings. And he said flat out, he goes, I'm the only one that's going to do something because the Republicans refuse to. So every time the Republicans do this, every time they do something crazy to shut Biden down, he just Aikidos him and then flips it. Now he's passed a new thing. Can you read it? Can you find it?
What?
Biden's new immigration bill. It's not even a bill.
Oh, yeah. He
actually did something about it.
He's actually doing executive action. Yeah. Which they said because of the numbers and how many are the numbers he set and how many are coming across the border, it should trigger a shutdown. It will take effect at midnight. So we're recording this on Tuesday.
Right.
The Biden administration is invoking executive authority to shut off access to asylum for migrants who cross the Mexico border illegally. I don't know. I'm looking for a list. I was just looking at the Hunter Biden trial. Speaking of our
we'll go do that next session, and then we will talk about
system
Mexico.
not being weaponized.
Right.
We've already started hearing testimony, and they've got the jurors. obviously Biden's trying to get the upper hand on immigration before the election because everybody on both sides are kind of getting annoyed about nobody fixing the border. And again, I just want to just remind everyone of this. Tom Barrett, keep that in your hat. And then also Trump, the guy that you're all saying is going to fix immigration.
Mm-hmm.
He was the president before. And
that's how it
in
got
2016, when he took office, they also had control of the Senate and the House.
Did nothing.
They had all three branches. Oh, yeah. For 2 years.
Yeah.
No,
goose egg.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Okay.
Did squat.
Biden says he's moving past Republican obstruction. Trump using executive authority available, which is funny because all the, our family members.
He could do it. He could do it.
If he wanted to do it, he would just do it. My sister said that. Uncle Dennis said that right after he said Robarts. And I go, but why would you want him to take executive action when there was a bill?
It's supposed to be a law,
right.
Yeah.
That the Republicans
permanent.
vote. Yeah, okay.
So either he's a dictator passing stuff through executive order, or he's supposed to do legislation. It's like there's
damn it.
They just shift gears whenever
it suits them.
Whatever it suits them. There's no consistency.
Mm-mm.
The new executive action would bar migrants who cross the border illegally from seeking asylum, which would be a departure from decades-long protocol once a daily threshold is met, a certain number. Unless they meet certain exemptions, all migrants at that point would be turned away to Mexico or returned to their origin country. As of Monday, border authorities encountered around 3,500 migrants crossing the border unlawfully. That's according to Homeland Security. Shout out, which would actually be above the threshold needed for the executive action to take effect, because I think he said 2,500.
So the executive action is even more stiff than the original bill was, because the original bill was 5,000. That's crazy.
Yes.
So Biden was like, it's no joke. It's no joke. There's no joke.
Maybe if I pass this, we'll talk about chips. Not those chips. These.
Not the nacho kind.
Pringles.
I didn't say that.
There's no joke. The Snickers is actually, it used to be a 5.5-inch Snicker. Now it's a 4.5-inch Snicker. It's no joke.
Homeland Security has recently been arresting just under 4,000 migrants daily. So arresting, that's not everyone coming across at the U.S.-Mexico border alone. This is there were record numbers last year, so this is actually lower than last year.
Yeah, it's been dropping off a bit.
That is no bueno. The measure could be turned off and on. Senior administration officials told reporters it will be lifted when there becomes a daily average of less than 1,500 encounters in between ports of entry.
Executive action is just, here's what we had a bill that would have been a law forever.
Yeah.
It would have changed everything. And actually, the next president wouldn't have to do it. It was done. And it was negotiated on my right and left. You dipshits. But because Trump, we don't want to give him something to run on. But love Chip Roy. We got to bring up Chip Roy almost every episode. Give me one thing, just one thing to run on. My district, to tell them that we solved one problem.
Talk about weaponizing or politicizing a policy.
They always bitch about what they're
course,
doing.
Democrats are attacking him. They are saying it's similar to steps taken under Trump, saying that Biden called Trump's, approach to the border inhumane, and they're saying it's the same. However, Trump separated kids from their parents and never gave them back. Under Biden's executive action, unaccompanied children, victims of severe forms of trafficking, those who present an acute medical emergency or an imminent and extreme threat to life and safety, among select others, will be exempt. And migrants will still be able to request an appointment through CBP by making an application known as CBP-1 to present their asylum claim at a port of entry.
So basically didn't do anything.
And then Biden said, of course, he would rather do this through bipartisan legislation. Then he stuck it.
That we had done.
Then he went, but these fucking humps are no joke. No joke.
That's the whole speech. That's the whole debate.
Go ahead.
You've always brought up the why and how does Trump kind of get away with these types of things. And something just came out.
Life.
Yeah. We should bring this up, that some of the aides that worked for him or something, that they were being bribed so they wouldn't
this happened recently. They were going over what the witnesses. They wanted witnesses for this trial.
Yeah, for the FBI or DOJ, don't cooperate with them. They would give them raises.
Their families got jobs on the campaign. Family got one of the guys at Mar-a-Lago his salary doubled.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He's like
so they wouldn't talk.
So the gardener's making $250 a year now.
It's a lot of land.
Yeah, that's
what I was listening today on the news on the way here. That's what they were saying, that side, their approach is swatting, doxing, doxing people's children, their wives, swatting. FELON spoke outside the courthouse last week. The
someone
guy
spit on him.
He got spat on while he was speaking, and then his mother's house was swatted. People called, and people can be killed. But not only that, do you know how much that costs? And do you know what you're doing to law enforcement that has a lot of other stuff to do, but then you complain about crime?
So the interesting thing is they're making, as always, the GOP seems to make this crazy miscalculation. I don't know what you think is going to happen if you continue this. Do you think that Trump's going to save you? Because it's proven that he hasn't. He hasn't saved. Again, we'll go back to the January 6th. He didn't save one of those guys, using them as pawns. I'll let them out when I get president again. Will you? Really? You mean like you did? Like you still had 15 days to pardon everybody on January 7th? You were. He wasn't sworn. You could have done it. You had 2 whole weeks.
Yep.
I can't wait to hear how they make this executive action negative. I can't wait to hear. Because what they want to say is, and this is what I said to Uncle Dennis, if he had taken an executive action, you guys would have complained that he's like a dictator.
Right.
That thing should go through Congress. It should be bipartisan. That's how this works. Well, now we can point to they tried that.
Now he's got both.
Yeah.
We have a bipartisan bill. You guys, Orange Mussolini said no. So now so you told me to take executive action. So I take executive action. Now you're saying I shouldn't take executive action. It's like they don't think it through ever. No. I am Mexico, by the way, again kicked our ass. Not again, but they elected a woman president. They had 2 women running.
There is
2 women running.
Serious polling place violence going on.
Yeah, they killed. They said in the presidential campaign candidates for Mexico, 36 people were murdered. 36 people that were running were murdered.
That was suppressed
at the polling place. Somebody had a cell phone video where they were videoing the polling place, and then you just see the gun come in behind someone's head and just. It's like
that's weaponizing it. See, I think that DOJ was weaponized. Yeah.
Speaking of summer coming and the border, this episode brought to you by Mando.
Yay, Mando!
This is for my guys that it's getting warm, and you guys
in the studio right now. Actually.
Yeah, it's actually hot in here as well. Guys, also when you work out, you need to shower after or use Mando.
Who doesn't shower after?
Oh, a lot of guys.
My son.
For real? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, like a lot of guys don't. It's disgusting. When I used to train in a gym all the time before, beautiful COVID and Peloton.
The smells of it.
Of
the gym rats.
And it's disgusting. Is Wyatt still using Mando?
He's still. I am making him still use it the same way.
Isn't it weird when you have a teenage son? You have to use. There is going to be consequences if you don't simply take care of your.
I weigh.
I have
a little scale. I put the goddamn thing on it to make sure you fucking used it, right? No.
This is from the founders of Lumi. You guys have seen those commercials that make him crazy. It's a whole body deodorant.
I love the new commercial.
Helping men now conquer their odor in a new way. It's formulated with mandelic acid. I have stuff that I put on my face.
Acid? That's when you forget about
acid. That's the stuff that it's an ingredient in one of my skincare. Interesting. Mando has long-lasting 72-hour odor control that actually stops odor before it can start. You can put it everywhere. This party doesn't like. Pits, packages, feet, skin folds, backs, and knees everywhere.
Folds.
They have a best-selling scent called bourbon leather. That sounds pretty
mandelic
awesome.
acid is a gentle alpha hydroxy acid. Right. Reduce acne, fine lines, wrinkles, and improve the appearance of uneven skin.
Yeah.
It'll also that's really good.
It's in some of my skincare.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's nice for your skin at the same time. But I don't recommend waiting 3 hours, 3 days. to shower. And I recommend combining the two.
There you
Everybody,
go.
let's all agree. We're going to shower every day.
The good news is keep shower every day. It's fine. Stay clean. And when Armageddon happens, you got 3 days.
Yeah, you bought yourself some time.
Yeah, you buy yourself till you get to the next river or stream.
Right.
It was actually developed by a doctor. She's the one in the commercials, I believe. And she saw firsthand how regular BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. So
As what?
It's aluminum-free, baking soda-free, cruelty-free, dye-free, and vegan. So please, guys, your ladies will love this. Or your guys, if you're whatever.
I'm glad it's aluminum free. You know, nothing. Once I figured out what was in some of these other deodorants, I was like, "Am I putting this right by my lymph node?
Yeah.
Am I shoving beer cans into my lymph node? This is not okay."
New customers get $5 off a starter pack. That's what Wyatt has with the exclusive code Titus. All you have to do is go to shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com.
I will say it's good deodorant.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's good.
I feel like I need to mop his room, not every day.
Oh,
so that's
my dad used to say stuff like that. He would be like, I'm just gonna burn this down. I'm just gonna burn your room.
There's
I told you
mushrooms and who knows what the fuck's growing in
I
here.
told you I used to go in the kids' room every week when they were there, and while they were at school, I would just empty every drawer, whites, blacks, reds, everything into the washing machine, just throw stuff away, and still couldn't. That's where that bit came from.
What's that smell on one of their specials? By the way, guys, all 9 of my specials are up on our YouTube channel, Christopher Titus TV. If you need some comedy, they're all 90 minutes. You know, I've written 900 minutes of comedy in my life, and I'm working on my next 90.
Hurly Murly, you're going to be doing that at...
And in Ohio.
He doesn't know. I just always like to see if he knows where
I
he's
don't know
going.
where I'm at till the plane lands. I'm like, oh, where are we? Okay.
We're going to be doing...
Like, thank God for that. Welcome to
We're going to be doing Dayton, Funny Bone, Cincinnati, Funny Bone, Toledo, Funny Bone, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then just a few days after that, Des Moines and Kansas City. Kansas City is an improv, but you have Funny Bone on there.
Are we doing 2 shows in Kansas City?
Yeah, we're there 2 shows and 2 shows in Des Moines.
Okay.
Yeah.
New show, people. It's tentatively titled called Death Wish right now. Tentatively.
Oh my God, they changed it.
What?
They changed the name of it.
What's it?
I lied. It's still, the website is still improvkc.com.
Boom.
But
vindication.
Then underneath Funny Bone, formerly the Kansas City Improv. Wonder why? What does that mean? Oh, they don't want to pay that improv fee anymore.
All I know is all the stand up live in Phoenix got changed. Like everything's getting changed.
Like shell game.
I just don't.
We're going to be in Phoenix after that. Yeah.
Phoenix. I like Phoenix.
Hunter Biden's situation is going on. They've done opening statements.
So here's proof to me that the DOJ has not been weaponized, because all Biden has to do is pick up the phone and call Droopy Dog and go, listen, my kid's pardon, don't take him. You see Merrick Garland got fired up in Congress. He was
he did, but it sounded like a normal person.
He was like, don't ever come after the DOJ. We will do everything we can. We are 100% committed to the rule of law.
Sir, please tone it down.
Tone it down,
sir.
Bro. You lost your shit,
Security.
Merrick's out of control. Get your hands off me. Get your damn hands off of me.
Trump has filed to have the gag order removed in the hush money case. Now
I love that he wants to talk shit so bad. Yeah. Like, do you understand?
The trial's over and he's filing. Can I talk about it? Can I talk about it? Because he wants to run on that. He wants to make up the craziest shit ever and then run on it. Campaign.
But okay, I get it. But what's the way that costs lawyer fees to go? No. I want to know. I need you to do a talk shit indictment rule. I want you.
Oh, but they're not getting paid anyway. So he's just running.
That's what I don't understand. I saw his lawyer that he had, and his lawyer seems a little bit shell shocked. I think his lawyer, both of his lawyers. What was her name? The girl. What was the woman's name?
Alina Habba.
She was way out of her league. This guy was a decent lawyer. This guy, everybody said, no, this guy's a decent lawyer. They said everything he went after in the Trump case was out of control. But one of them, Andrew Weissman said that you can't listen to your client. Trump's go, here's what I want you to say. You're to the point where Stormy Daniels, I just don't get this. I don't. So did you notice that the time you met him at the golf thing, his golf score that he did very well, he placed in the golf in the top 3? What? Is this a trial that he's a shitty golfer? Because
I want it on record that I was.
He did.
Prosecutors say Hunter Biden was withdrawing large amounts of cash almost daily in 2018.
Wait, who was?
You mean when he was
Hunter
on crack?
Biden.
Hunter Biden.
A crackhead was using money? Okay.
Speaking of crackheads, Kevin Costner made a promise to Whitney Houston to take care of her, and he kept that.
Up until he didn't.
I don't even know. Yeah.
He just did an interview.
That was the Bodyguard. You're talking about a movie.
I will say this, that didn't make sense to me, and he kept that promise.
That's the
Isn't
title.
she dead?
Yes.
Isn't she dead? She's dead, right?
What are you,
What was the promise exactly?
Exactly. Right.
He, in the interview, said that The Bodyguard he probably should have directed. Like, what?
Wow.
What the
But he did produce it. I'm
also...
like, this hugely popular movie that did very
that
well.
Everybody saw.
Yeah, I should have directed that. What?
It didn't win Oscars. Like, hey, it's good. You're good.
I don't understand what just happened.
He just did an interview. Well, you said crackhead, and I saw Whitney Houston's name.
Isn't that the beginning of dementia? That movie was what 30 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it the
You're
beginning
like it was
of
yesterday.
dementia?
Yes.
When you
Yes.
I should have directed that. What? What movie again? As an interviewer, you're like, that's not even on my thing. Like, I don't even have a question about that. That's weird. That's an odd response.
I don't know.
Mexico president. Can you read some stuff about that?
Sure.
I want to see what she's about because she was educated here in America.
She's Jewish.
She's Jew. She's really.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Would it be Mexican or Juxican?
Claudia Sheinbaum.
I'm sorry, the president of Mexico is Claudia Sheinbaum? Wait, what?
She's a climate scientist and Mexico City's former mayor.
Sheinbaum.
Also, the first Jewish leader. First woman, first Jewish leader.
Don't mess with the Jews. Even the cartel's like, yeah, okay.
They see what's going on in Israel.
Like, we don't want to stir up any shit with these guys. Why? Because they don't stop.
Yeah,
they just don't. They don't let it go. Claudia Sheinbaum is the president of Mexico. If
Why
you don't think I'm
Baum? Why are you saying
Sheinbaum?
It's not scallops. Okay, baum.
What do you say it? How do you say
I said
it?
Scheinbaum.
Scheinbaum. Okay, Scheinbaum. AUM.
Well,
is
you
Baum.
said Scheinbaum first, and then you started saying Scheinbaum, and I wasn't
Right.
sure why.
By the way, I am the president of Mexico. My name is Claudia Sheinbaum. How are you?
No.
By the way, these tacos are very hard. They're
You're
very
gonna
hot
get-
and they hurt my...
You're gonna get mail from
From who? From all the Mexijews?
no. See, even that I don't. That this is getting uncomfortable. Ken and I will talk amongst ourselves.
I'm sorry. If you can't say that the president of Mexico is Claudia Sheinbaum, there's nothing.
There's the cartel and the Mossad combined.
So
take it easy.
That's a good point.
Okay.
You know what? I think she's amazing. And I think of course she's amazing. She's a climate scientist and she go to Harvard, right?
Oh, she's a climate scientist. I know that much. It says that her 3 pressing challenges, I'm thinking there's more than 3 in Mexico: money, dialogue, and the U.S. election.
Do you know what it made me think? It made me think that you can do what you want as the cartel. You can try to run stuff. You can try to be evil. You can actually threaten people. But eventually people, they're like, okay, I'm putting it all on the line because I don't give a fuck anymore. And I think... I think that's what the right side doesn't quite understand in our country. There is a day that if you guys pull some shit, we're like, we don't care anymore. Yeah. We will fight for this country. Yeah. And they have given it up. It made me have faith in Mexico that they elected this woman because I thought, I mean, it's literally, if she's a climate scientist, which means she's probably pretty far left. She wants to help the people. They didn't elect a dictator. They didn't elect some kind of strong man.
Her
fascist
mentor
psycho.
is the outgoing president.
Right.
She's in for 6 years.
I think we need to do that too.
Says he divided society. She
once
says she wants to unite it. He is a leader of the masses. She is an academic and a scientist. He said he will not interfere with her administration. He's not going to push her to appoint anyone. He's going to let her do all that on her own. Oh, he's going to let her. That's so sweet. I love when men let me do things. This
You're
episode
welcome.
brought to you by True Classic.
Great t-shirts, by the way.
That's why it's men Men wear these shirts. Women steal them and sleep.
The
in
way they
them
cut them,
they're so
and
soft.
the way they work. It's just the way they cut them. They look better. They're not the big, sometimes you buy I really wish concert promoters, anytime you buy a shirt that you want to buy it like some swag, I wish they would use shirts like these guys.
They're not like a burlap
sack.
sack.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always like a cardboard sack.
And I love my Springsteen shirt I got at the concert, but I wish it was done on a nice fitted t-shirt.
Yes,
I wish it was done on it like these guys make.
And something this soft. They're here to help you make this a summer to remember, because guys also, in addition to not showering enough often, you don't wear clothes that fit you well. You need clothes that fit you well. Like do you know that you could make you figured it out. You could make your muscles look bigger with the right fit shirt?
Yeah. Or working out. but the shirt helps. Yes.
Mostly, I just said you figured it out, and I know he's sitting there going, "What does she mean? I haven't."
He works harder than I do.
Do I not? Right. I just like to contribute to his neuroses.
That's what he needs.
Aren't these the guys that have the commercials
very
that
funny
you guys love?
Yes.
Is it? That's
yeah. Like so. Okay, so here's how good their commercials are, and their quality. By the way, their shirt. What they do is great. The commercials would come on YouTube, and I would watch the commercial, and I wouldn't go 3, 2, 1, skip. I was like,
it's like they're like a modern Three Stooges type.
Yeah, they're very funny.
So they have clothes, t-shirts, and stuff that are designed to fit you the right way and feel incredible. But also, you can wear them on vacation. You can wear them to work. You could wear them to work out in. They have the activewear line. They have moisture wicking, odor control, quick dry, and antimicrobial finishes for guys because they need that.
Am I stinking lately? Because you keep bringing up the stinking thing. Am I having?
They have these super soft, stretchy joggers too that you can wear. Designed to accentuate your best features. Give them to us.
My stretchy joggers? Boom.
No, I meant the t-shirt. But too.
You're going to learn today.
So they're more fitted. Oh, he did the Terry Crews.
Look at that. Huh?
They're more fitted. It's because I made fun.
Yeah, there you go. Nothing to
You're like,
it's
hard doing.
Well, I was doing my nostrils.
You were doing that with your arms. Okay, that's better. But relax your face.
I can't. It's possible. It's all connected. It's all connected. My nose is connected. Left nostril, right nostril, left nostril, right pec.
Doing this.
I'm flexing everything.
You've killed Ken.
Nothing worse than your wife laughing at you.
It's him. Or your other wife. So it's more fitted here to show off that area, and then a little more room, maybe just the right amount of room in the midsection, so that's not clinging to anything there that you might be hiding. They're also really affordable. Usually when you get things that fit you well or they're high quality, they're expensive, and True Classic is not. It's extremely affordable. You can get things in 3, 6, 9 packs. Right now, limited time only, you can get 25% off. Which is huge. When you shop now with our exclusive link at trueclassic.com/Titus. That's 25% off at trueclassic.com.
Good company.
/Titus. That's off of your first order. And that way, go check it out. You can discover the perfect blend of summer vibes and timeless elegance with True Classic. Shop now and elevate your summer wardrobe with ease. Basically, do a closet upgrade.
There you go.
Very affordable too.
Your closet would look sexy.
I like to do every once in a while, every couple of years, just clean out and just clean out.
Oh yeah,
because you just get used to it.
Yeah,
you get used to it.
This is like if you've done it in here. This is like a great spring cleaning.
I cleaned up the shop. The shop after we shot the special, it looked like a bomb went off. It looked like ISIS had come in and pulled a vest. Everything was all over the place. There were shreds. It was disgusting. And so I've spent the last, I've probably 4 days into it, but it looks great. We got some of the setup, that chip design, and we've cleaned the area out. I still have to do the cyc wall. I'm trying to find a drywall guy. It's impossible. Okay, so listen, if you're going to advertise a service and I call you and I say, I would like you to come do service, you should probably call me back. Or is there so much work now because Biden's doing so well the economy that no one wants to, it's not enough work.
Probably. That's a good because infrastructure.
They were talking about, I don't understand the news anymore. The news, because here are the facts. The Biden economy is kicking ass. The news keeps talking about why people don't understand that. Why don't you just not fucking talk about that and say, this is what's going on with the economy? Things are so expensive. Right, because that's how economics works. When wages have gone up and people are making more money, they raise prices. That's the corporations. That's not Biden. But why do people continue to go, yeah, man, things are so expensive and the interest rates are high? Interest rates are high because the Democrats didn't fuck the economy up. The reason interest rates were low forever was because Republicans fucked the economy up. They crashed it during the mortgage crisis. They crashed it during COVID. They crashed it when HW was there. They fucking crashed the economy every time.
And by the way, the economy is up. The stock market is up. The
record
under
hit 40,000
under Democratic presidents every time.
Every time.
And it just came out that on Fox they were predicting that
on Fox.
What?
Just watch. I know she's doing.
Oh. On Fox, they were predicting that the stock market would crash with the conviction of.
That's what I kept repeating.
He was doing it without meaning to, and I was like, "What is happening? He's your hype man."
Why
All of a sudden,
seriously,
trash yo.
The stock market is getting high.
All we heard about under Trump was stock market record highs. It went over 40,000 last week.
When Trump left,
nobody's talking about it.
When Obama left, it was 38. When Trump left, it was 30. It got down to 18 during the pandemic.
You know, people are conflating the economy, GDP, stock market, and all that stuff. When they say the economy, they're conflating that with their personal economy,
right?
Their bills, their living expenses.
But also the eggs went crazy because there was two or three different times where the avian flu came in and they had to execute all these chickens.
I'm glad you brought that up.
They had to execute.
Dr. Burks is back.
Oh, she back. Oh no, this poor girl.
She was the White House coronavirus response coordinator who sat there.
Can you look into that? And she's like, fuck, is he talking to me? Fuck.
She's come out and said that the U.S. is making the exact same mistakes with the bird flu that it made with COVID.
It's weird. She has lost all credibility after what's the shit she said. I think at one point
she didn't say anything. She just hung her head that day. Remember?
Yeah, it's not just that day. She came also. He made her get up and say shit that she shouldn't have said. It's weird. Why would somebody want? Listen, you may not like Biden. You may not, but Biden is a decent human being. And he's trying to do well. Trump's doing everything for Trump. I don't understand. Even if I was a Republican at this point, I'd be like, fuck this guy. He doesn't give a shit about me. He gives a shit about him and billionaires. Yeah. He asked the oil companies to come out and give him $1 billion.
Well, fuck the polls. I'm hoping that people that is what's happening. By the time we get to
the polls have been wrong every time.
A third human case of bird flu was just identified in the state of Michigan. Are we going there anytime soon?
Will someone rape a pelican? How the hell do you?
It's going to go away like a flying miracle.
Wait a minute.
The person is a dairy farm worker who had exposure to infected cows.
What happens when you get bird flu?
Burke said every cow should be getting tested weekly for the bird flu. Adding that there are likely more undetected cases in humans. If you get bird flu, you got to hang out with Snuffleupagus.
What?
It's Sniffleupagus because
wait a minute.
Cold.
It was Snuffleupagus.
So any virus that can jump species is probably pretty bad. What is going on? What happens? What are the signs of human exposure to bird flu? By the way, welcome to the new nightmare, guys. Well, listen to the Titus podcast. And we just got, were we 2 years out of COVID now? 3 or 4 years out of COVID? No, we're not.
Human bird flu symptoms, including H5N1, can cause both mild symptoms, including pink eye, cough, sore throat, runny nose, body aches, as well as severe ones, such as pneumonia, difficulty breathing, and seizures.
And we have 3 cases now.
So far, she thinks there's a lot of that haven't been tested, and she's saying same thing that happened with Trump and COVID that we're not testing. I don't know why I said testing the way Trump would say it. Testing.
China.
We're not testing.
Capital.
Yeah. So people can get it. People get pneumonia and end up in the hospital. high fevers, how to treat it. There's an antiviral medicine. It's like a Tamiflu and Relenza. May make the disease less severe.
May. Also,
what if you eat cow? Can you get it? Or you have to be around a live cow who has...
If that cow has it.
Who's been hanging out with a blue jay or some sort of other...
That's how humans are getting it.
So if you see a cow and a chicken hanging out, just walk away, man. Don't even get involved in that conversation because there's no point. Do me a favor, look up something. Saudi and the OPEC nations had to admit that Biden has increased our oil production as okay, like drilling and
domestic.
Oil.
Yeah,
domestic. So we're
it's highest in the world.
Well, because of that, remember OPEC was saying we're going to keep cutting production. They were trying to get oil prices up to $100 a barrel. Mm-hmm. Well, they actually had to come out and say, yeah, we're going to increase production again. Mm-hmm. So oil prices are going to drop. What does it say? Can you look it up?
I didn't look it up. Look up
OPEC decides to ramp up production.
So Biden's long game worked.
You know, what's weird is that that's the thing is that Biden has been doing this for 50 years, so he knows what works and what doesn't. And you can say that. And by the way, God, I wish he was.
They agreed on Sunday to extend their production cuts in a bid to support prices as economic and geopolitical uncertainty looms over the market. The 12-member oil cartel and its 10 allies decided to extend the level of overall crude oil production.
Oh, so they're not going to
agrees to extend output cuts.
Are you reading from Truth Social? Is that what
that is? That's it. Really? What did I read then?
It might be.
What did I read? That's interesting. So they're going to stay. Well, the problem is that they're losing money and our American companies that are producing oil are getting the money. I thought I just read that. Maybe I misread it. Hi, I'm dumb and I run things here.
In a bid to boost oil prices.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Likely going to maintain high prices through the November election.
So they're Team Trump for sure.
You know what bothers me is I remember when Bush was president, when W was president, and everyone got mad. Everyone was like, "Oil prices are out of control." There was like $4.30 a gallon here in California, and I remember the Republicans going, "The president has nothing to do with oil prices. It's an international commodity set. Prices are set by the people in the Middle East." And now that Biden's president, oh my God, the Democrats are raising the It's like, it's such a bullshit system. It's such a bullshit system. You know, it would be great if we could just go back to, of course, then you go to Spiro Agnew and Nixon. We don't have anybody that has any fucking integrity anymore, man.
Speaking of that, Musk has been accused of improperly selling $7.5 billion in Tesla stock right before the weak sales report that crashed its price.
Wow, no shit.
That's what sent Martha to jail.
Yeah, so he knew that the sales reports come in, and he sold $7 billion stock.
That's insider trading, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yes. And but right now, no one's doing anything about it. Monopolies. The first thing I heard was Merrick Garland saying he's going to go after Live Nation for like. Because we're not doing this anymore. We've got like 3 grocery store chains. We've got like 4 gas stations. We've got like Starbucks needs to be broken the fuck up.
Grocery stores. There's 2.
There's 2 chains that own everyone by everybody, and we have all these antitrust laws about monopolies in America, and nobody is enforcing.
Well, that's what people are conflating. Inflation with corporate greed. Corporate greed is possible at the grocery store specifically because there's like 2 major companies and that's it.
Right. And they can set their own prices because there's no competition. You get a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th airlines. Airlines isn't there's 2 or 3 airlines now. So we've got American, Delta, and then Spirit, and no one's flying Spirit.
There's 2 that count domestic.
Right. And so no one's breaking them up. No one's filing anything to actually stop the monopolies that are raising prices to the point where everybody's losing their shit.
And we're busy talking about this Trump and the fucking Hunter Biden's gun.
Yeah.
Instead of these real things that affect us
all. The
all.
right-wingers are like, Second Amendment! And then like the Hunter Biden gets caught with a gun he bought when he was high and it never had bullets in it. And they're like, he got to go to jail.
He never committed a crime with the gun?
No, didn't do anything with it.
Okay, well, I'm sure this is time well spent.
Absolutely nothing with it.
Come see us in Ohio.
But I want to say one more thing about this, and then we'll get out of here. Why? So people think that the Trump-Biden thing, that Trump's even a viable candidate, is stunning to me. Yep. And I think I have a prediction. I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna go for 00 black.
Okay.
they're going to nominate someone else at the Republican convention. The numbers are going to keep dropping. They're going to it's going to be Nikki Haley. There's going to be a surprise. And I don't think it's going to be run through the RNC because Trump's family is part of the RNC now. I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of other states that go, nope. This has happened in the past where they had a nominee, they thought the guy was, and then a bunch of rebel states were like, fuck that. We're not having that guy. We want this guy.
Yep.
So I think that's going to happen. I could be dead wrong.
Also, 00 is green.
Sorry. Wow.
I used to play roulette in college.
I don't even know. I'm not a gambler. I don't have a lot of vices.
You got
know when you're wrong, Titus, because it's all the time with her.
Know when to walk away. Know when to close the podcast. Because Rachel wants to avoid traffic on the way home. So she wants you to end
It's already 4 o'clock.
Okay, wait. Let me finish what I want to say then. What I don't understand, what I want to happen is that you guys think that you vote for Trump, things are going to change. Things are not going to change. If you vote for Biden a second term, you get Buttigieg, you get all these people that fucking know how to pass policy. On top of that, if you continue to vote Democrat, if we get the House and the Senate and the presidency, because by the way, I'm sure the power will fuck it up. Power corrupts, absolutely, got it. But on the way to that, we will get some shit passed. The antitrust laws. We'll get stuff through. Infrastructure will be finished. We will rebuild this
More
country.
chips in your bags.
You're gonna get a 6-inch Snickers instead of the 4-inch. No joke. So I just want you to know that by keep switching, especially this fucking guy.
How has it changed voting for the guy from 8 years ago?
It already did it. He already had it.
Did that, and it was 8 years
and he
ago.
Fucked it up.
And he's still like on a loop of saying the exact same shit.
And we're all going to die of bird flu then. If we elect that guy, we're all going to die of bird
pandemic.
flu. Yeah,
it will change.
We have a bird flu pandemic.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you're saying if I vote for Trump, I potentially could be in lockdown again?
Yes.
At home?
Yeah.
No travel?
Yeah.
No traffic.
Trump 24.
Hold on.
Damn it. So then whenever it gets bird flu. So why don't we do this? Vote for it. Put the Democrats through. Let's get the majority in the House and Senate. Let's get Biden in. Biden, listen, even if they got to prop his ass up with a stick, I'm fine with that. Get him through this time. Let's get infrastructure built. Let's get some sort of healthcare passed. Because by the way, do you understand how healthcare works? You spend all this time getting a house, getting money. Then you get sick in your 70s. You spend every fucking dime trying to save your ass. Then you die. So you transfer all your wealth to the healthcare companies while Canada and the rest of the world gets it taken care of. What are your taxes for if not for taking care of you?
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck are we doing?
And those countries are fully functioning democracies. They've got, they're going to have some issues, but they are exceeding at every fucking level.
They laugh at us. They fucking laugh at us in the way we run stuff. All right, guys. Sorry for whining and bitching. I want Trump out so we never have to talk about him again. I would love to just talk about the normal news. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. For myself, the lovely bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
Islanders fun facts.
Oh, wait, sorry.
All right, hurry up because I got to pick up medication before they close.
Fun facts. Highlanders. Fun fact. It's
Highlanders. Fun facts. Speaking of things that are fast.
No
Go.
way.
You have to say yeah.
Yeah.
The era of Western movies.
Western movies, right?
Took longer than the actual Wild West.
It's true that.
Yeah. Happened right after the Civil War until about the Industrial Revolution. It was about 30, 35 years. The era of Western movies was from 1907 till about
Tomorrow.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. He's not dead.
Well, according to Quentin Tarantino, there's a movie.
By the way,
still playing at the theater.
By the way, another little fun fact: the Civil War, the Confederacy lasted 5 years.
Right.
These dipshits are still flying these flags. You morons! What?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It was 5 years. It was barely a blip.
And they got their ass kicked.
And they lost horribly.
It's what you said. You have a loser flag. That and the Nazi flag. It's like okay.
It was
We're the losers that lost. We're the losers that lost. We're the losers that lost. For myself, the lovely bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Take 2. Later.
Peace out.
There can be anyone.